Hey, what's going on, YouTubulous? EXO coming at you here with part 2 of the big AmpLab Megalith install. We just got back from Six Flags America, had some great roller coaster fun, and we're back to get into making our subwoofer wiring a little bit neater, installing our amplifiers, or at least putting them back in the rear to see what they look like. There's gonna be lots of great little extra goodies in this video, install stuff, so stay tuned and let's just shut the fuck up, stop talking EXO, and let's get shit done. Strangely enough, we're gonna begin the whole day by messing around with our subwoofer wiring. We're gonna hop inside the subwoofer enclosure and start zip tying the wires that lead to the trunk. That way we can kind of prepare a little bit for when the wiring does start back there. It's gonna get really hectic really quick, so we're gonna try to prepare a little bit as we go. You can see the wires coming out just right there, so to get started with that, I'm gonna go on the other side and just pull through all the extra spare wire that I don't need. That way we can get as short of a run as possible directly connected to our amplifiers. Nice, we're saving some copper here. Look at all that extra wire I just had sitting in the box. Well, a big part of that was so I could wire the subwoofers outside the car. But now that we got direct connects, we're going straight to the horse's mouth, and that means we can tidy up or at least eliminate this little friggin' slack right here. So I'm gonna pull it back in the trunk and then just add some zip ties, go right along and just zip tie these really nicely together. And then when we meet up with the other two pieces coming from this side, we can zip tie them all together and make them look really nice and bend right along right into our amplifier rack. That right there will do just the trick. We got them all zip tied. We're obviously gonna be touching this up a little bit because the carpet needs to come off for our bracing. But check it out, guys. We got the Crescendo 8 gauge all loomed up right here to our power wires. We just slowly, zip tied it along and then put a little bit of an anchor right here so we can plug into our amplifiers. The positive and negative is separated, so I just tore down the wire just a littlest bit and separated them from right to left, and it looks pretty damn good. It's gonna have one amplifier on top, one amplifier on bottom, so that's why these are just slightly longer. But isn't that crazy? Just that one little wire makes it look like 10 times 10 things have happened. See, it has a little tiny corner in there to match up with the contours of the wire and our amp rack. So I was thinking of having the black all on one side on a bar and the orange all on one side on a bar. Maybe a vertical bar, copper bar. Obviously, I have the copper sitting down right underneath there. Just to be safe, we'll hop inside the subwoofer box right now, or at least look inside the port to show you guys that the wires for our coils are just about the same exact length. And that's just perfect for our PSI Platform 5s. Looking at all this stuff, I just noticed something that I can guarantee people are gonna jump on in the comments. My carpet line, or at least my cut line for my carpet right there, is not straight. It's kind of jagged because I used scissors. It's because I knew it was gonna be a little bit hidden. But just to make you guys feel a little bit better who wanna jump on my case, I'll make that a little bit sharper for you. Son of a bitch! Does it look just as bad as before, or is it just me? Either way, I really don't care. It's gonna be hidden. You can't make everybody happy. I tried. With that behind us, we can now focus our attention into the bus bars. That's right, we gotta figure out somewhere to mount these copper bars to link all of our batteries together. That's where the lifeblood of our system is gonna be. We're gonna actually be connecting all of our amplifier leads directly to those copper bars, so I want it to look pretty damn cool, and I want it to be electrically sound. So the only way I'm, thinking about doing that is maybe doing some copper bars like this, obviously a little shorter than what we've got right here, just a spare piece. But in order to mount it, it's gonna, give us a little bit of a run for our money. So I have these cheap little fuse blocks that I've had for years, and I'm gonna use these, just cut them right down the center like this, and use them on one side of the bus bar, and use the other on the other side of the bus bar to hold it in without using anything that's conductive. Even though wood isn't conductive, it can still retain a little bit of moisture. As usual, we got a slight change in plans here, something to make it a little bit easier for us. These are all painted up, looking nice, looking the part if you ask me. We got the stainless hardware on there, and they're all tightened up with adhesive pockets on the back of it. That one I accidentally touched a little bit with my thumb. But here's the change of plans. We were gonna use this for a vertical mount on our bus bar so we could see the wires coming out kind of like veins for the system on the grounds on the left and right. But now we're gonna switch into putting these right lined up with the side of our battery, bam, like this in front. So say if the amplifiers came to right here, there's gonna be about 8 wires instead of 4 looking as the vein of the system. So there'll be holes for the power wire. I think they're all gonna be the orange on that side because the heat sink of the orange is gonna be just about in line. It would be parallel, actually. I'm basically talking about using a butterfly bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the amplifiers are gonna sit right across here. So that's pretty much what I was trying to explain, and hopefully that explained it a little bit better. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna be cutting into my bus bars with my hacksaw. Sorry if it seems like I'm jabbing, but this is the point of the install where even I become a little bit confused on what comes next, you know what I mean? So, here's our copper. We're gonna cut our copper to length, the same length that you saw back there in the trunk, so it matches everything when you line it up front to back. Yeah, that new blade on the jigsaw went through a lot easier than I thought it would. So we have officially got 2 pieces of our bus bar all done up to 18 inches to length, and it's gonna meet up with our post on that little piece of wood that we already put in there. Boom-a-da-boom, boom-a-da-boom. But now I gotta go ahead and start getting into my bits and start tearing shit up. I don't have very many sharp drill bits, but we'll have to work with what we got and just start going to town over this thing. I'm just gonna put all my body weight into it with old trusty. 45 minutes later, and I've tried my best to do as much cutting as this poor bit was able to do. As you can see, she's seen better days, but she's still eating through the material. Here's the first part of the bus bars all mocked up. We still got some more stuff to do, obviously, but it's just gonna sit right like that. There she is, plops right in, and we'll have our wires drilled through right here. I put that back down just to test fit it, but they're gonna be coming through this way. Boy, this copper sure is pretty. Really glad that I went the extra route right there and spent a little bit of extra bucks online there and got the copper. It's really worth it. I'm not 100% sure how our bits are gonna handle going through another 16 or so holes of this 1/2 inch copper, but we'll try our best. If not, we can wait for Elise to wake up here from her short little nap, and we can run down to the hardware store. Unfortunately, we can't take this thing down there just yet, but she'll be wired up in no time, so we'll be bumping bass and driving around town like a madman. Oh my gosh, definitely a little bit more elbow grease than I was first anticipating on this first bar. But check it out, guys. All the pilot holes are officially drilled. Looking good with a little bit of staggered action there. But right now is the moment of truth. We're about to see if the only bit that we have that's the right size to go through these holes to make them bigger, we'll fucking do it with, what, 32 holes worth of fucking shit. Hopefully she'll hold up to the test here. Wow, like butter. Woo! Gosh, my back is breaking bending over all this time. But we've got the bus bars looking great, guys. Check it out. We've got the little pieces for our AGM batteries, and then we got the big pieces to bust together all the big boys into the center with our BC 5500s. It's gonna look great with all of the tech flex going in and then out with the orange and black. I really can't wait to get this thing in there, but we can't get too ahead of ourselves. So let's just put these bars back on the thing, put the false floor back in the car, and then test fit our amplifiers, because then we'll have to resume here in part 3, because there's just still so much left to do. Nice, guys, looking awesome with the first 5500 in there. I'm not gonna stack up the second one in this video. I'm gonna save that for the next one because I wanna make sure that I figure out exactly what I wanna do. If I'm gonna make it an all-inclusive little like threaded rack to have the other one sitting right on top of it, or a little separate rack with a little piece of wood so it can stand just offset from it. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen yet, and I just have this sitting right here just for a little bit of weight because our trunk is a little bit teeter-tottery because it's not exactly the most level thing. I had to do little offsets here and there. But look, I had some questions from people wondering why I did the level test is because for the most part, my trunk is fairly level. My car is fairly level and was on level ground. So that's why I used this to make sure everything else kind of matched it. So that's where we are right now, guys. Looking good with the first amplifier installed. Well, not installed, just kind of sitting in here. Just wanted to show you what it's gonna look like. Imagine the other one sitting about this tall. So all you're gonna see back there is just that one bar. You're not gonna be able to see this bar, and there'll be some wires right in here. So stay tuned to see how it's all gonna turn out, guys. This has been really fun so far, but I won't pretend that it's not giving me a run for my money. That's for sure. Always something new with, an install like this, so it makes you use your brain a lot for, figuring out what to do. So, until the next video, guys, this is EXO signing out with part 2 of our AmpLab lithium install. Be sure to check out the links below for more information, and follow our guys over on Instagram and Facebook. The AmpLab guys are always doing something crazy with repairs or something unique, so check them out, guys. Until the next video, this is EXO signing out.